high.
Whoops.
Clear, all clear.
After a huge win on debut at Daytona, we have a fresh schmicko paint job, and we are coming into Phoenix full of confidence. So who needs practice? We'll dive straight into qualifying and prove that we are still the best.
That was not good.
All right.
Okay, 40th. I reckon I'll be
make
like
up some
2 or
spots on
3
race day,
seconds.
don't worry.
4 or 5 even.
Turns out, flying into probably one of the most technical ovals in America with no practice and no real concept of how to drive a Nascar wasn't a great idea. And we ended up 40th, quite a few seconds behind the pace. Turns out this is a track that we'd actually have to learn. Fortunately, we'd have 75 laps to figure out what we're doing. Unfortunately, this is going to be 75 laps of pure hell, because on lap 1 we immediately get dropped and it is very obvious how slow we truly are. And after 8 laps, we are lapped. To add insult to injury, on lap 17 we are lapped by position number 39 Will Kimmel, putting us officially a lap behind the whole rest of the field.
Clear up top.
And we've been lapped by the field.
So yeah, by now you can probably figure out just about how this race is going to go.
Stepped out away from me.
So I thought for the next few laps or so, instead of watching me murder the lines of this track, we can talk about what I think of the game. So for starters, I think for the most case, it looks pretty good. I have done a race on Watkins Glen and it looks like a genuine PS3 game, but for the most part there isn't enough to render that there's an issue. As for the feel of the cars, there's a lot to be desired on a sim rig. And the basic thing there is no force feedback at all. It is very, very light. And that is fine until you want to feel the car in the corners. No, I'm not going to say that's why I'm struggling here in Phoenix, but I'm going to say that I'm struggling here in Phoenix. So, I'm not sure. But I hope they are working on it. I hope a fix comes soon. But is it fun? Well, yeah, it is pretty fun. Even with the force feedback issues, I'm actually having a lot of fun driving a NASCAR. It feels like I'm driving an arcadey kind of NASCAR. So, all in all, I think this is a huge, huge upgrade over the past few NASCAR games we have gotten. And I think it is pretty good for both markets, particularly when they get this force feedback done. It'll be good for the controller players, because it's not as crazy sim-wise. And when we get the force feedback correct, it'll be really good for sim rig players. But hey, that's enough about my view of the game, because we're about to spin and cause a caution.
One high.
Whoops.
Clear, all clear. Car low. Clear inside. Yellow's out.
Well, whoopsie.
Pit road. One on the bottom. All clear.
Alright, we're not going to save this one. Hang on. We're right.
And leaders in the pits.
That'll be a caution.
Caution. Pit road's open this time. You okay with this?
Embarrassing.
So, yep, we ended up 40th, 5 laps down. I'm going to call that karma for thinking I'm just too good
I don't think we
at
will.
oval racing.
I don't think we will.
And I always say, like, hey, oval racing's really hard. You know, there are lines, and to get good at it, you've got to be really precise. So to come in here and sort of be like, yeah, well, I won Daytona. I'll be fine at Phoenix. No practice needed. Yeah, okay. That's kind of my own hubris there. But we'll move forward. We will try and get better. We have been humbled. We're going to do practice from now on, that's for sure. But we'll see what happens next time out as we go from hero to zero and hopefully work our way back to hero once more.